Happy Friday, everyone. Goddess of Radical Self-Love for Mecca. Make everyone count always. We are a support network for caregivers, care receivers, and resources within the long-term services and supports community. And thank you so much for all your views and likes and shares and subscribing. Yes, if you want to subscribe, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell if you want to see any of our future videos. So, yes, and donations. We'll talk about donations even more in a second because, well, change. I literally, this is my second video because I did my almost entire first one just a little bit ago, but yeah, it wasn't recording. So, second, maybe this will be better, but we'll see how it goes. This was a long week of relaxation. I guess it's just what I needed because now I'm full of energy and I'm ready to make Mecca's agenda for this entire year and break it down into months and weeks and days, and it's so fun and exciting to, you know, make our plan for the year. It's so, I love it. So, from Meditations from Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch, joy and sacredness do not mix. They are in fact the same thing. And many of you think they do not. Joy and sacredness do not mix. They are in fact the same thing, and many of you think they do not. Well, that one's easy for me, because joy and sacredness equal magic moments. However, joy and sacredness mixed with what's the word? Joy and sacredness mixed with non-attachment and self-care. Non-attachment and the fact that the moments that are joyful and sacred cannot last forever in this time-space reality, although in higher dimensions, yes. But the reason that joy-filled moments are sacred and magic moments is because, well, we let them go, back to empty, into form, back to empty, into form. Nothing can stay permanent, so the only change is constant is change. And falling in love with the process of change is really what I'm working on. I know. But it's a hard job, like understanding what impermanence is and like being okay with it, accepting it, and being excited for the new and different and more to come in. It's being vulnerable in a big way because you can't identify with anything, whether it's a person, place, thing, or event, when you understand non-attachment. So it's something I'm working on all the time, and I do have a lot more joy-filled, sacred, magic moments, though. I'll tell you that. When I let go of control. So, the conscious queen, something happened with her grant. They deducted from it 2 times. Once in May, and now basically took the last 2 months of my pay away. So, I have choices. We have choices. Donations help. Will help, please. And the constant being change obviously there will need to be changes. And so here's how I'm looking at it. So I like to use a video game normally as life. Like, we're in a video game, there's obstacles everywhere, we're like just these little players within the video game, and we get all our little weapons, or whatever you want to say. We get a certain amount of coins, or we get a certain vehicle, or we get certain things, right, to help us on our journey, certain people. But then there's lots of obstacles and traps and this and that. So that's one way of looking at it, which I love because I like making video game noises to it, like whatever, you know. And then the other way is that basically we're actors, and which actors are great. I mean, it's not actors, it's a play. So everything in front of us is a play, and we get to choose different positions. So we can be spectators in the play or at the play, we can be actors, and we can be directors. So those positions change all the time, and some people choose to stay in one position because maybe that's their personality. Personality, it's a mask. That means you're actually going out into the world not even being who you actually are. It's a facade. So no matter if you're the spectator, director, or actor, you're all in a personality. So you choose which one. Now, the spectator just sits and waits for things to come to them and watches the play. And a lot of times, when we go into our like autonomic nervous system, so our pre-wired, right, motions, pre-wired, like everything that we do that we don't think about. What, even if it's using your hand to talk, not really thinking about that, and walking. Some people do have to think about when they're walking because it is more difficult. So when things are easy, they just end up being autonomic. So as a spectator, you're pretty much there. Now, as an actor, you have a little more interplay with everything, and at times you do get to make decisions because it's kind of like impromptu acting. So yeah, you get to choose which decision to make at times, or how to react. Like, at times you do have to play by the script though, because you're around other people. So if you're an actor, you have to like abide by certain social schemas. And then as a director, you get to tell the players how to act with their certain schemas, or where they're headed, what direction they're headed. So basically, this is life. So, and then the play is all of us together. You're watching, somebody's acting, somebody's directing. And so in this next play, called 2019, yeah, we are constructing as the directors, right, what is going to take place for the 2019 year, and then we're going to go down to the month and to the week and to the day. So we have the nice plan. However, that's my spot position as president of Mecca, and then we have just right now as a spectator finding out certain things that are happening, like, oh, there's no funding coming in, so you need to figure out another route besides being the director. Now you're going to have to jump into an acting role, because you can't sit in a spectator role right now, because you have a lot of people that you are performing for, and the show must go on. So in all of these positions, you get to choose I would say your self-care and your position, like your perspective, your position on everything. You get, as a spectator, you get to sit back and you get to be, commentate and do whatever, talk to your friends, eat some popcorn, watch the show, or, you go cry because of the drama is so much for you to take or whatever. So in every position, even as actors, it's the attitude. So you get to choose that. And as the director, it's definitely the attitude, you know? So you pick and choose in your positions the type of personality you're going to show the world. And yourself, really, too, because it's even your personality out around people, you still have a personality within yourself, too. So now it's about telling yourself the truth, though, if you want to stop being just a spectator, right? If you want to get involved in the acting or the directing, you have to be honest with where you're at and where you want to go. So if you're an actor but you want to be a director, you need to make a plan to figure out how you're going to get there. So that's all 2019 is coming. So if you want to make a really awesome play, you want to pick your position and your attitude, and you need to have your self-care ready, because the self-care is going to be what gets you into whatever position you want to be in. So you can do that with the Mecca Maslow on our Patreon. Yes, the grid. So, and also we'll keep adding our bloggers and vloggers so that they can assist you with any of your resource needs. Yeah. So, la-ti-da. After this, I am doing a short segment on our business plan, the Mecca's business plan. So, also, if you have any jobs for me out there that you would like my help with, I'm available. I'm going to do the entire 24th lesson of A Course in Miracles deprogramming, because I skimmed it quick and I thought it was really awesome. So, yup, that's what we're doing. I do not perceive my own best interest. I do not perceive my own best interest. In no situation that arises do you realize the outcome that would make you happy. Therefore, you have no guide to appropriate action and no way of judging the result. What you do is determined by your perception of the situation, and that perception is wrong. It is inevitable, then, that you will not serve your own best interest. Yet they are your only goal in any situation which is correctly perceived. Otherwise, you will not recognize what they are. If you realize that you do not perceive your own best interest, you could be taught what they are. But in the presence of your conviction that you do not know what they are, you cannot learn. The idea for today is to step towards opening your mind so that learning can begin. The exercise for today requires much more honesty than you are accustomed to using. A few subjects honestly and carefully considered in each of the 5 practice periods which should be undertaken today will be more helpful than a more cursory explanation of a larger number. 2 minutes are suggested for each of the mind-searching periods which the exercises involve. The practice period should begin with repeating today's idea, followed by searching the mind with closed eyes for unresolved situations about which you are currently concerned. The emphasis should be on uncovering the outcome you want. You will quickly realize that you have a number of goals in mind as part of the desired outcome, and also that these goals are on different levels and often conflict. In applying the idea for today, name each situation that occurs to you and then immerse carefully as many goals as possible that you would like to meet in this resolution. I am just horrible at reading today, sorry. The form of each application should be roughly as follows. In the situation involving blank, I would like blank to happen and blank to happen, and so on. Try to cover as many different kinds of outcomes as may honestly occur to you, even if some of them do not appear to be directly related to the situation, or even if be inherent in it at all. If these exercises are done properly, you will quickly realize recognize that you are making a large number of demands of the situation which have nothing to do with it. You will also recognize that many of your goals are contradictory, that you have no unified outcome in mind, and that you must experience disappointment in connection with some of your goals, however the situation turns out. After covering the list of as many hoped for goals as possible for each unresolved situation that crosses your mind, say to yourself, I do not perceive my own best interest in this situation, and go on to the next one. Wow, that's crazy. Sorry, after I was just going off on all this. Kind of funny. Yeah. Interesting. Caregivers, healers of the world, thank you for going with the flow. Thank you for being adaptable to change. Thank you for consistently being our motivation to go through change with more courage and peace. Thank you so much in assisting our families through changes. Thank you so much in assisting us through each change of life that indicates this may not be all there is. Thank you so much for taking the time to choose you and care for yourself before you offer that care to others. Thank you so much for extending your helping hands no matter where you go, paid or unpaid. Thank you so much for continuing to inspire us with new, better, different, more ideas, thought processes, dreams. Thank you so much for encouraging our own out-of-the-box thinking. Thank you so much for showing acceptance and what that truly looks like. Thank you so much for giving your time, for giving your patience, and your unconditional encouragement every step of the way. Thank you so much for realizing that there is more. That there is more than this 3D plane offers, yet bringing it down here for all of us to share and have those realizations of joy and sacred and magic moments. Thank you for making magic moments appear so often, even if we don't realize what they are. Thank you so much for shining your light and being the beacon of strength and courage that we all look for and look to as our leaders, as our care leaders, as our compassion leaders, as our love leaders. Thank you for staying motivated each day. Thank you for choosing truth and justice and equality. Thank you so much for spending this amazing time with me. I so love and appreciate all of you. We do at Mecca, the Conscious Queen and I, and all our new bloggers and vloggers. We're so excited to have you all with us, and stop over at our website at the Wix Mecca Radical Self-Love website, and the link is on the bottom, and become a member or reach out to become a blogger or blogger, because we need you all to support our most vulnerable population, our disabled and our seniors, as well as give support to our foster children as well and their families. So thank you so much. We love you, and I can't wait to give you the next segment of our business plan, which will also be on our website after the video. Thanks. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. We love you so much. Bye.